Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Look at that.
You've had a rough couple of days.
It's been fucking horrendous. And I think I've dealt with it amazing.
Oh, sure.
I think I'm made of different metal.
Hi, fucking tinfoil.
No, not many people.
Paranoid, easily folded.
Not many people would bounce back the way I
call this bouncing.
I mean, I've bounced a few times and every one of them hurt. Every one of them hurt. The thing with being on tour is, you know, if something fucks up, the conveyor belt just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like if you fall down an escalator, nobody just hits the emergency stop and lets you get back up. You've got to get up while the fucking escalator's fucking tumbling. And I've just been tumbling doing that for about 4 days. With four days.
Where would you like to start?
At the end of the last episode that everyone listened to, you know, the Q&A that we did. Is that Simon? Is that for me?
Yeah.
What have I done?
No, it's just not to be nationalistic about really stupid things, but
lame sirens.
Other countries' sirens are pretty fucking lame, man.
Yeah, plug sockets and your sirens are really...
Man, fuck off. I
wouldn't even move my car. I'd be like, fuck you, move.
What's the emergency? There's a red wine stain somewhere.
Someone with chapped lips.
I had me, to be fair.
You know, when we decided, because we said we're going to have one drinking day each. On this 2-week tour. Just because of, like, we self-reflected on how messy we'd been in the previous leg of the tour, which was just a short little trip to Austria and Lithuania and Estonia. But we drank a hell of a lot. And we're just like, right, how about on this one, we'll just have a couple of days where we drink. And I called it in advance. I'm going to drink when me Geordie mates are in town, when Newcastle are playing. And we just decided to make that day the one where we had a drink with lunch.
Yeah, that was the immediate loophole I went for, which was, it was a drinking day.
Yeah.
So it was it's any that 24-hour period is good.
So we had beers with lunch, we had beers with the podcast, we had beers at sound check, we had, I moved on to the whiskey for the Newcastle versus Everton game, which we got absolutely pumped. And do you know what I kept doing? Every time Everton scored a goal past me, I necked whatever whiskey was left in my glass.
Oh, no.
We got to be 3-0.
Thank God it wasn't the Tottenham game.
But then we kept drinking after that, took it to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I wake up.
I'll also just clarify, Prague did something very, very rude. Very, very rude.
What did it do?
When we were outside taking photos and meeting people, there was the smell of marijuana. And there normally is in Prague. So that normally means a bunch of people being cool.
There was white guys with dreadlocks. It seemed like it was going to be a safe bet.
That is who you went for. Oh, were they? They weren't Caucasian white.
There was a white guy with dreadlocks I saw.
Was he Caucasian white though?
I mean, I'd been down in whiskey.
I don't think he was like American or British white. I think he was like light skinned.
Latino.
No, I was gonna say like more like light skinned Turkish, light skinned Syrian maybe.
Like white ma'am.
Like, yeah, but still is allowed the dreadlocks, but like a pasty white Syrian, like a pasty white mom and like a white Syrian father, like lighter skinned, Syrian. Or maybe he was just Irish.
Anyway, there was a stoner there.
Yeah.
We profiled him as a stoner. We were right, he stunk of weed.
No, he didn't. He wasn't the one that had the weed.
Nobody had weed.
No, they did. People did have weed, they just didn't come and give us the weed. People smoked weed near us, and then... That's like saying walk in front of your dog for no fucking reason. That's a really shit thing to do.
Yeah, aye.
You can be like, hey, I went on a walk with my wife the other day. Yeah. The dog's like, oh, what? Hey? Huh?
Yeah.
Are we going for what?
Your tail was wagging.
Oh, man.
You were panting.
Fucking every fan that came up, like, don't get me wrong, I'm normally nice to my fans, I think, but like every time one of them's coming up, I'm like,
is it you?
This must be the guy. This must be the guy. None of them. Absolutely none of them. People just smoking near us. And
then our agent done something. I'm not going to outsource blame on anything what happened next, right? But our agent did something it's happened before, and it'll probably happen again. And every time it happens,
she's wrong.
Fucking horrendous that we have to be the ones dealing with it just on a whim. God bless Marlena. She had a spidey sense tingling that there was going to be a problem at the airport. I don't know if she got an email from the airline. I don't know if she'd seen a news report or a Google Alerts.
Or had a dream that one plane was late one time.
I just had this fear that... And made her turn up to the airport 3 hours earlier.
3.5.
Right, it was a 5 to 2 flight. And she made her get there for 9. I needed them extra 3 hours in bed. I was not in a state to function. Like, I'd chose that day knowing that we had a late flight.
I don't know why we listen. I don't know, like, we're the ones that travel. We're the ones that do it all the time.
Oh, the next day we had an earlier flight and got to the airport 2 hours later, and it was fucking night and day in my mood in the airport because of just having that extra 2 hours in bed. So this is what I did. I get to the airport security queue, and again, I'm not going to outsource the blame. I'm just going to point out some elements that were at play.
1, you were there. 2, you're an old man.
Yes. It was all my fault.
Right.
But these are the things that could have changed. You know when you're at the airport security, right? And I put my bag on, I put my coat on, I push them onto the things. I'm the last one of like 3 people, right? My bag's on, my coat's on, and then I've got another tray, which I've had to balance on my cock because there's not enough room. And then I've got all of my electricals on that. Like my Switch, my Kindle, my iPad, and my toiletries are in there as well. And I'm waiting for these to move so I can push mine on, but like the guy's just like letting the person in front of us get their tray on, and I'm like waiting and like, are you going to let my trays move so I can push this on? And he was like, oh, just go through, I'll deal with that. And I went through.
Never let them do it.
Nah.
None of them know the system.
So when I get to the security line, my bag comes through, my coat comes through, and like everybody else's stuff comes through. So like I've got my trays here, and my short-term memory's fucked from having 1 hour sleep after a bottle of whiskey. All my fault.
Yeah, but surely, like, surely there's the tight working class part of your brain that goes, where's all my expensive shit?
Do you want to know the other thing that was at play? My laptop is normally the main thing that I pull out, right? I pull out my laptop, and the other things are just lightweight, circumstantial. Like I'm pulling my fucking laptop out, unzipping the cover, getting it on the fucking its own little tray, right? That is the main weight of my electrics. I sent that off to Germany with Ingo, the tour manager. So we've been in Prague, we're flying to Budapest. He's going to Germany. I'm like, for one day, I'm not doing a podcast out there. I put my laptop with my podcast equipment. That's one less thing. So when I got it, I was like, it was late. I didn't have my laptop to put back in, and I just completely forgot that there's other things other than my laptop. I'm not outsourcing the blame on anyone. Like, that couldn't have been anyone's fault. I'm just saying these are the elements that were at play. I left all of my belongings at the airport.
Yep.
Why else did I have the bag?
Man.
What else did I have that bag for?
I don't know.
My underpants. I could have put them in my pocket.
I would have had more respect for you than fucking losing well over $1,000's worth of entertainment devices.
I've been so fucking bored. I've got all my Christmas shopping done. I wrote some material.
I got all my Christmas shopping done. 1 Switch, 1 iPad,
a Kindle. Right. Who else do I need to buy for? Oh my goodness. And the worst thing is, we're in the airport for
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. And instead of me reaching for my iPad to watch a film, reaching on my Switch to do a little Dungeon in Gloomhaven, or reaching for my Kindle to read a little bit of literature, I did none of those things. I sat. I sat giving the wall a death stare for 3.5 hours because my hangover was so fucking bad. And I don't know if you noticed, like, I mean, I wasn't on my most observant that morning.
No.
Couldn't find a chemist.
No.
Fucking Prague don't sell medicine in the airport.
I'm also...
I walked up and doing it a bunch of times. I was on the phone to Natalie at the time.
Aye. So hyper-focused.
Yeah. And so I knew I had my phone and my headphones. couldn't find any medicine at all. I was like, fucking fair fucks to Prague, like hard cunts, absolute nails. Fucking medicine to have a glass of water.
I think if you just asked any of the staff member in whatever their version of W.H. Smith was, it was
like behind the counter replay.
Yeah.
Aye. So I fucking get onto the flight.
And immediately go, right, everyone else's problem.
First time I've seen.
Just got on the plane.
You know what else is devastating as well? We've got this horrible game, which I should have to bring up, where if we see someone that's a little person, whether they're in proportion or not, we'll call a score.
An important clarification here is, you started this game, I've just refused to end it.
You're good at it. You'll just nudge me and go, 1-0. And I'll look and they'll just be like, I'm like, I don't even know if that's a child yet. Or they go, yeah, we've got a beard.
It's like a grown-up, more childish version of the like Punch Buggy Yellow.
I saw two of these little guys.
Yeah.
I didn't even have thought together. I wanted to fucking introduce the pair.
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually found the terminology, two of these little guys, way more offensive than if you just said midgets. Something real underhanded. Like, yeah, these little guys.
Snow White, these seven little guys over here.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not saying it came from a place of hate, but it came from a place of what fucking ever.
You've got Legolas the elf. You've got Gummy the little guy, right?
Well, I mean, in comparison to the hobbits, who's to say?
I was like, they must know each other. Do you know each other? I couldn't even find you. I was like, fuck, I'm going to 2-0. I can't even call the score.
Yeah.
No, you didn't believe it.
Of course not.
Horrible game.
There's no way you had a two little guy day.
It was just one of them days where I had a 2 little guy day and they weren't there to.
You were not. No, you lost all your equipment. You lost 4 valuables. You had a hangover. There's no way.
And I'm 2 goals down. 2 goals disallowed. Fucking perfectly good goals.
Nah. You probably saw one and just like your bong eye was back because you were just death staring at the wall so much. You had to like one of those seeing image things where you got to stick through it.
Their eyes looking for painkillers.
Oh, so I got to say, those 3D CNI fucking pictures where you got to look through them and something else. Is everyone having me on?
I think so. They're having me on as well.
Like, is that...
Granda would be like, shock. I'd be like, is it fuck, Granda? We all right? You joking me? Where do you think I got mine from?
I just, man, look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm happy to like learn and grow. I've really tried. There's nothing in those.
Magic eye does note for me.
Is it like is it just like the fucking, is it like the drop bear thing? Is it just like, that's a joke in Australia and they're playing a prank on people? Is it just there's a bunch of people out there just...
Like battered Mars bars.
Excuse me?
Battered Mars bars, that's a joke on the tourist.
Oh my God, I thought you said battered mothers.
Battered
I thought I was like, what the fuck is...
Battered mothers, no one really batters your mother.
Battered Mars bar. Well, no, I get what you're saying with battered Mars bar. Like, as in, like that's like a sort of pretend cultural thing. But I do think it happened once genuinely, and it's just sort of it's been attached to our name now.
Nobody likes them. Nobody seeks after them. Nobody's like, oh, you know what I fancy? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Fucking batter at Twix.
So
I get in the airport.
We get on the plane.
And I go to pull out my iPad, which should be on the top because I'm just getting through security. And I just grab my jeans for my gig. And you just watch the penny drop. And so I'm like, I've just left all of my stuff at security and I've only just this second reached the point of no return where I can't go back into the...
Oh, the worst, the absolute fucking pits of the places to work out. Even on the bus.
You can't disembark. Well, you can. You're not getting back on.
No.
I got the option to disembark to go and get my stuff. So...
I think you would have been shot at because we had to get a bus to the plane. There's no way... If you disembark,
I'm delaying the flight. That's having a knock-on effect.
Yeah, and other flights if you're just fucking sprinting across the airfield.
Yeah. It was nice of him to give me the option. I was never going to disembark. But when I called him over, and
I feel like they were given the option to go back for your stuff, like the way fucking who's the guy that cut off lots of dicks in Game of Thrones? Ramsay.
John Wayne Bobbitt.
Bolton Ramsay.
Do you know who John Wayne Bobbitt is?
No.
His wife caught him cheating, gave him a blowjob, bit his cock off. I think she might use a knife, actually.
Right.
No, not him.
No.
Ramsay Bolton.
Mm-hmm. I think they were given the option to return to the airport in the way that he let fucking little Stark go. And was like,
I would have fucking ran in a zigzag ran in a zigzag back to the airport. Because he didn't run in a zigzag, did he? That was the problem. He'd never seen Apocalypto.
No, he'd not.
Just playing that. So I calls him over. I'm just like, this is my situation. He's like, all right, these are your options. Like, you can try and find them in lost property and get someone to collect them, or are you coming back as a return flight, blah, blah, blah. I have the conversation with him. I'm like, look, I've got Geordie friends in Prague. I'll see if I can get them to collect them. He's like, right, I'll find out if they're there. I'll phone security and just make sure that they've been found in lost property or whatever. And then he went and done that. And I just had this sinking feeling. Like, I don't know what would have been worse. That I hadn't checked underneath my jeans. And I went underneath my jeans just to be doubly sure. Because, like, I checked the top of my bag and I checked down the little flap on the back. So iPad and Kindle go in there. Switch is resting on the top of everything, so it's grabbable. I've got systems. I might seem like I'm not a guy with systems. And your pending hatred,
because that's
you had like pending hatred that was loading.
Because that is you. Everyone else's time from between I have this thing on my person and I've lost this is 10 minutes, right? They'll get to 30 seconds in, they'll realise it's not in their body, and they'll spend the next 9.5 minutes looking everywhere around them, double checking before they go, right, that's the 10-minute rule over, now it's other people's problem. Yours is 45 seconds, briskly assuming that it's near you before you decide to go, all right, everyone, I've lost this thing. I've lost this thing. Have you looked everywhere? Of course not. Why would I look everywhere for the thing?
It's quicker for everybody. Many hands make light work. I grew up with a real strong sense of community. A problem shared with as many people as possible.
Makes you look a cunt.
I did look like a cunt. So you just had this, like, you went from like, oh mate, what are we gonna do? Like, what do we do now? Like,
I had sympathy.
You were even like joining in with texting tour manager in Germany and Molly, and I just like, this is the situation. Like, I was like, oh, look at Danny, he's showing some actual sympathy here. No. And then you just going, you fucking tricked me into sympathy.
I never.
You fucking, after 15 years of knowing exactly who you are, that might still be in your bag. You didn't say a word, but I could just see you fucking fizzing. And I was laughing because I'd be happy if I found them. Like, you've got to understand.
I never would have forgiven you. This would have been our last fucking tour together, and we wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Do you know what happened before? Natalie rang us.
If you try to make yourself the fucking victim in the story, if they start phoning you up and saying something that's absolutely a fair assessment of your character, and you're deciding that it's some sort of callous, twisted insult, and you're trying to play the fucking victim here, you can go and fuck yourself.
I'm just giving you a matter of fact, and you can make your own judgment. Natalie rang, right, and we've just been on the phone. We'd unpacked everything. We'd done a bit of Christmas shopping together. Mm-hmm. Right, I was like, oh, what's this? Little courtesy call afterwards. She's like, you do know you've got two different prescriptions on each eye, right? You got a different prescription on each eye for your contact lenses. I was like, yeah, I've got like 2.75 on my right eye, my bong eye. My left eye is just like 1.5, barely thingy. She was like, and have you been reading the labels on your contact lenses when you put them in? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a bit shitty that they write them so little when they know you haven't got your contact lenses in, but you need to read it.
That's a very fair point. I'm
like, fuck you. Because they've got like loads of fucking writing on it as well. And right in there, so much fucking writing on this one little thing. And just in there is like 2.75. And they're like fucking closing one eye. Anyway, I was like, I am aware of that just because I've just been putting some mail in your office and you've just got so many of your left eye left and fucking barely any of your right eye left. So it just feels like you've just been pulling them into one box.
And have you?
I was like, thanks for checking. But no, I am aware of that. I am aware that I've got a different prescription in each eye. My wife.
Guy, you have on no less than 5 occasions tried to take out contact lenses that are not in.
Aye. Big drinker. I forgot I took them when I was in the bogs earlier. And I get to bed. Fucking take my actual lens off my eye. That's why I need them. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
And by the way, this is a very valid question for her to ask, right? Because when we get to fucking Hungary, right, it's freezing there. They bring us a radiator from backstage, and you come in.
Had me contact lenses in.
And it's on the floor. If anyone's on my Instagram, I'll send this video to fucking Matthew so that he can see it. He'll stick it up for the video. It is Kai pointing at the radio on the floor and asking or complaining that, it's such a shame I don't have my Switch because I could have connected it to the TV. And then me thankfully getting that on video, you clocking that it's not a television, defending the fact that it very easily, and it's very reasonable to assume that it's a television since it had a black reflective surface, despite the fact that there was a television 1 foot above.
Had a screen with a temperature and some buttons on it. little LED screen in the top right, just in case you want to fucking turn the heater, tell you up. Watch heat on it. No?
Old blind man.
Aye, that was bad. And I got the fucking hotel. It's so funny because I'm asking me Geordie mates if they can help us out and do this, and all of them are just like, you fucking muppet. You absolute fucking muppet. Who does that?
You.
And I'm spinning this stuff. Fuck, I'm just like, I've just had a night out in Prague and I've woke up and all my stuff's in 3 different countries. My laptop's on its way to Germany, my fucking iPad's in Prague, and my phone's in my pocket in Budapest. So I've got the screen cap of all my shit in different countries. So I'm like, fucking not many of you can have a night out like that. Try it, I dare you. Trying to spin me being an absolute fucking dipshit. Has been a hero. Work now.
Yeah, it's your fucking thick Geordie, mate.
Nah, Mark Nelson just fucking texted this guy and fucking absolute legend, mate. I don't know how you pulled that off, but fucking class lad.
Aye, but Nelson's thick.
So, what? No, he just knows it. He knows what hitting rock bottom's like, and he respects it.
I don't know if he's there.
Remember when he got off the train at Oxenholme because he thought it was Glasgow, and then the train pulled away?
Oh, and it was the last one.
He woke. Last train of the day. He woke up like, oh fuck, I'm on my train. Everyone's getting off. Jumps off. Fucking, I did that the other day, and it wasn't as bad. I got off at Hare Myers instead of East Kilbride. And Natalie was coming to pick us up from the station, so it wasn't a biggie because kind of equidistant from the Dug and Bone. Maybe it's a little bit further away, tiny little bit further away. She'll say 15 minutes of traffic. So I can see how Mark did it, but Mark did it in the Lake District.
Do you think one of the reasons that you have such good mental health is because you don't blame yourself for anything?
Because I laugh like somebody else has done it. Stuff happens with me, and instead of us being down on myself, I laugh like you've done it.
But the thing is, but in that you also did make it my fucking problem, Natalie's problem. You're like, I did this fuck up. And everyone suffers.
I laugh like you did it, as if you did it, I'd be like, what a legend. What a hero doing that.
Do you want to know what happened yesterday? Right, after when we'd left Hungary, because we'd gone out drinking in Hungary as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Woke up the next morning, showered. I was a bit groggy, and then it was the first day that I hadn't folded my stuff away nicely and put it in my bags the night before or on the day of. And then when we got to Wiesbaden yesterday, opened up. And there was only one of my fucking stage shoots in it. My RM Williams, my expensive fucking leather, really good Australian ones. And I'm like, motherfucker.
I would have immediately been knocking on your door and I've lost a shoe now. Everyone, all hands to the pumps.
I went, oh, you know what, hopefully it'll be in my rucksack, because that's what I take to the venues and that's what I take my shoes in. Hopefully the other one's in there. And I'm like check through, take all the clothes out, it's not fucking there. I'm like, God damn it. I'm about to text Cara after 5 minutes of being like, oh my God, Kai's had this nightmare, I've had this one, maybe he's got a point. Do you know what I did? Right, I had a second fucking look. You ever heard of a second look?
What for the...
just for the thing.
It's a very panicked vocal second look. Yeah, I broadcast that second look. I'm like, news just in, we're going through it again. And you found your shoe, eh?
Aye, it was in there. Of course it was.
That's where you put it. God, imagine the rest of the tour just you in one shoe and me bored. Sloss and Humphries on the road. So that next day was so funny because I was just like laughing at me fucking plight. And you were, I couldn't have been in any shitter state. And you just went, I've decided my drinking day is going to be today. It poured us a whiskey. And I was like, you absolute fuck. You absolute fucking fuck. And it actually done us the world of good.
Well, I mean...
Do you know what else I did when I was in the pits? I told you this.
I was going to bring this up with you. This is the dumbest thing you've... Well, no, that's not true. It's so hard to pick what's the dumbest thing you've done. It's the dumbest thing you've done in the last 24 hours at this point.
I don't know what made us do it. I don't know if it was self-harm. Like, I think at the time I was telling myself I was seeking validation, right? Like,
and so you went on the internet for it.
It might be naive. It might be self-sabotage. I don't know what it was, but like... You know, after these gigs in Germany, I've been getting like a kind of few messages afterwards. They're really responsive, the crowds here, that they'll like send you Instagram messages after you've been on. Yeah. I think like prompt them to follow us on Instagram, so I'm fishing. But like, I didn't ask them to give us a message telling us they enjoyed my show. That just is happening when they're finding us. And it's dead nice. And like, I don't get a reply to all of them, but I'll try and like tap a like on it or something. Reply to any of them if they're asking a question or whatever. And that makes you feel good. That's that dopamine hit of social media. That's why I fucking can't delete it, because that's fucking always going to be there. And it, I was like, I might just go and see if anyone's saying anything nice about us on the internet. I'll search my name on Reddit. The worst thing I've ever done. Oh my God, when I've got a hangover, when I've lost all my stuff, when I'm not feeling great about myself. Oh my God.
It's the mental health police. Can we get you?
Fucking hell. Lock us up and throw away the key. Padded cell. It was like a stand-up comedy thread about hacks, about people using memes to create their jokes, using Facebook memes as jokes. Like, I can barely watch a comedian anymore without saying like something that I've already seen on the internet coming out their mouth. And then somebody just fucking lit me up like a Christmas tree again. There's a comedian called Kai Humphries who opens for Daniel Sloss, and I don't know why I fucking have to sit through him every time I want to watch Daniel. it was like he'd done material that I saw him do 8 years ago, and then everything in between that was just shit hack that I'd seen on the internet. I was like, oh no. Like in my defense, we used to play to fucking 16 people, and now we're playing to 2,000. So I see anything from before 2017 as open game. If I've got a good bit of material that I can play to the other fucking 1,983 people in the room. I don't know if that was bad maths because I forgot what my original number was.
It was 16, you were off.
Damn it. I'm like, right. I think because there was a year ago, this comment, this is how much I've been thinking about it. This is how much it fucking got into my head. Daniel, my head is a fucking fortress. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I let her...
Maybe from the inside out.
I let her in.
More like a fucking prison.
She got in through the fucking shit pipe of the refuge pipe of the fortress. She climbed right through where we get rid of the shit from the fortress. She climbed through, she got in, and she just hung out there for a good 24 hours. Right? Because I'm like... It was a year ago when she wrote it, so that means it was on the tour where I was doing that I've got me towel bit. Because even on this tour, the thing about Tim Renkow's walking frame, I did that on the 2017 tour before your Netflix specials. Whole new audience now, new territories. Fucking why not? It's a good bit to close on, right? Previous tour, I was like, I've got all this new material, but I'm also gonna put in the I've got me towel bit because it fits in good with the not racist, but the Black Lives Matter stuff. Fucking dust off an old bit, put it in. It's a good closer. The majority of the room haven't seen it, and the rest of the room have gotten to see all my other new stuff that I've done. Everything else in my material is about my life. It's about, like, it's really specific to my life. It's like me growing up on the council estate, like, and currently, like, about having my dog and everything. It's, like, really specific stuff to me. How have I gotten them off memes?
I mean, there's lots of memes about dogs.
I suppose lots of memes about council estates. You know what, as well, this wasn't the bit of material because I didn't do it on your last tour. It was part of my show, and I haven't done it on any of your tours.
Yeah, just because she posted a year ago doesn't mean it was like that's when she came up with the opinion. She could have hated you for fucking years.
You know what I've the bit where Podge steals me dupe from your show Mischief, and I text him, but then the text message I'm like 222-777-444-664, right? And I do the whole fucking Nokia thing. Like about a year after I wrote that, I started seeing memes on the internet of people like going "fuck off, you cunt," but like in the numbers and like if you know what this is, you're old or whatever. And like I feel like that meme was nicked off my joke. I don't think because I'd never like seen anything like that on, and then I did the bit. And then it started appearing on the internet. And I'm like, people who make memes aren't always the ones that have the original thought. They might just rip off comics. And I'm like, I wonder if like I've had memes made from me stuff. And I'm trying to fucking spin it in a way that can make us feel better.
No, I think it's neither. I think if I've learned anything from the internet and like being on it for 20 years, especially in the last 5 because of the algorithms and everything, none of us have like a single unique experience. Like life is a very common repeated fucking thing. People have the same trains of thought. That's what all comedy is, right? Is you suddenly decided like, oh my God, here's the thing in my head, this bad thought, this stupid thought, this is fucking tense, isn't it? Unbelievable.
What would you do if after all that I had let my laptop run out of battery while we recorded that podcast?
You could have just done an entire new one just by yourself and just fully explained everything and why I wasn't on it and just take full fucking ownership. Especially after everything we've discussed. You're
talking about something hypothetical that didn't happen.
As if it was a fucking dream I had. You've some nerve. A spinner or a gaslight? Do you spin things or do you gaslight?
I reframe things. I reframe them in a way that suits me.
You're a toxic man.
I'm not. I'm fragile. I'm fragile. I'm vulnerable.
I think there's so many things now where like so many people doing comedy and so many people who are funny are not actually doing stand-up. They're just putting stuff out in fucking moves. Man, I've seen memes and videos that have just made me be like, oh my God. Like, thank God there are people out there who are too scared to go on stage and perform stand-up comedy. Because some of the memes I see online are so funny. I'm like, thank fuck I'm not in competition with you because I would struggle to keep up. I think like lots of things that are regularly fucking made fun of, that are broached into comedy. Like, I don't think Mark Normand is hack, but Mark Normand, because of the way his joke writing goes, especially when he's doing quick things, I've seen him do, I don't want to say it's stock, because I don't think it's stock, but like if somebody's talking to, like, they like come up with a joke about this American football player, right? And it's one of the many American football players who's a domestic abuser. The specific one did domestic abuse in an elevator, and Mark Normand used the punchline, "That's wrong on so many levels." Now that's wrong on so many levels. I think I heard for the first time about 10 years ago. I've certainly heard Bo Burnham doing it in a song. I don't even think it was an original Bo Burnham then. I think there's stuff like that.
It's like making a joke about up the ante and making it about an ante rather than about gambling. Like, it's just there. It's there to be taken. Aye. Is that what you mean? Like something that's...
Oh, yeah. And like there's no... Or it's not necessarily like the fucking new version of old hack, but it's like, man, if you give a bunch of comedic minds the same setup, right, 85% of them will come up with the same punchline, right? If you give 100 comedians, right, the one topic of the day, which is fucking Vladimir Putin riding on the back of a horse shirtless, right? Put them into separate rooms around a fucking hotel, don't let them talk to each other. I guarantee over half of them are coming up with similar gags, similar fucking memes, because that's what a lot of comedy is. It's just remembering patterns in a different way and applying those patterns that you normally experience in this part of life to this other, and that's where memes and shit come from.
Aye.
So I just think you're a new type of hack.
Well, anyway, this girl made the conclusion that I was appalling for what I did. Appalling. I read that when I was at my lowest ebb.
Why did you go like?
Do you know what I did immediately? Had a workout. Did a hit session.
Well, just in case you saw it again.
Right. Did I start shadowboxing? And I was just like, all right, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself losing your stuff. You did that to yourself getting drunk so that you feel this way. You did that to yourself looking up your fucking own name on the internet. What a fucking tool. You did all of that to yourself. Now do some things that make you feel good then. And so like fucking...
I thought that was going on Reddit and typing in my own name.
I don't know what we think it was. I think it was like a thinly veiled sabotage on myself.
Man, I remember after the Crit Roll gig, just having so much fun, both doing the warm-up and the show itself, right? And then afterwards, like the next day, I was getting just so much good feedback because I'm very lucky that the people who like me will go out their way to tell me they like me, and the people that hate me will just hate me separately, and that which they're allowed to do. I have no problem with anyone who dislikes my fucking persona or my stand-up. I fucking get it.
Yeah, like I don't mind people not liking my stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't like being told that I'm lifting material.
You did, but she didn't tell you were lifting material. You went out there. Man, I was so tempted. I was so tempted on that fucking day. I was so tempted on that day to go on the Reddit and just go on the Critical Role Reddit. I'm like, man, if you go on that fucking Reddit, you are going to be sad within 35 seconds, and it's your fault. These people haven't brought these criticisms to you. They're not fucking shouting them in your face. They're doing what they're allowed to do, and that is break down art and have an opinion on art, and they're allowed to do that. If you go out of your way to seek what that is as the artist, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I let her in. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fucking come on in here, make a mess. Because like, if I'd fucking happened upon that, or someone had sent us it in regular day-to-day life, I'd laugh at that.
Yeah.
I like actually fucking found it when I was feeling like fucking death. And I went to find it. What a fucking idiot.
Nah.
Good though. It'd give us the rock bottom I needed to fucking bounce back though.
I do my best to never, after anything big happens in my career, where I'm getting a lot of social media stuff, that's when I always take social media breaks, because I'm like, if you, because I know what'll happen, because I've done it 1,000 times before. You enjoy the good shit, and you get all these good, nice things said about you, and that feels really fucking good. And you just go, well, and then they start slowing down, so you got to go deeper into different places to find these fucking compliments. And eventually, there's no compliments left, and there's only the shit. So just go for none of them. None of it's good, none of it's healthy.
Didn't you say that you were watching the live comments of the Critical Role thing? They were all nice.
They replayed the Crit Roll thing on their Twitch, and I was like, and I was at home at the time that they were doing their third rebroadcast, and like all down the side of the first 5 minutes, it was like really positive shit. And I've heard, like, and I've watched Critical Role when it's on Twitch, the chat can be fucking toxic, right? It's fucking, look, nerd culture, like any culture in the world, can be toxic and have lots of people who are just highly opinionated and fucking scream each other on the internet, right? It's not the same sort of hooliganism that there is in sports, but to deny that it's there is disingenuous.
The racism's more against tieflings.
No. I think it's like creepier, angry men. Like there's definitely more. There's more. I would say, and maybe this is ignorant, but
incels.
No, not incels. But there's more crosses. There's more fucking females. Like Critical Role fans than there are female football fans who like, and how much they're interacting with each other. And then you've obviously got other like nerds at the far end of the spectrum who would never normally have any interaction with women because
they're getting it all wrong.
Yeah, okay. and because like nerd culture is both like, it's not inherently a left wing thing or a right wing thing. You know, it can just be very, very toxic. I'm reading the comments while I'm on, and I'm like, fucking hell, I'm smashing this. Jesus, like all of these things are just really, really positive. There's not a single negative thing.
All 6 comments of this entire stream have been nice.
And then I see one, and it just starts coming through, which is like, good job, mods. You're doing such a good job today. Jesus, like, they must all be on. And I just from that, I inferred it must have just been a flame war in there.
Putting fires out, just deleting everybody that's talking shit.
Yeah, just every negative thing being like some people would have been like, I can't believe you just said that. Jesus Christ, this chat is salty today. And I'm like, man, the universe did me a favor there. That was like me running into a burning building that I would not have been able to handle. And again, all of these people are allowed to have whatever opinions they want.
But they didn't reach you. Just the compliments reached you.
Yeah.
You're like, nice.
I think it's such a stupid thing to do.
So I've the last 4 days I've worked out. I haven't drunk since Budapest.
Because we did go out in Budapest afterwards.
It was a great night.
Aye.
I had a fucking lovely night in Budapest. And played chess off me fucking tits and won. He must be off his tits now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't think he was a seasoned chess player.
No.
I did have to correct him on how to move one of the pieces.
Well, I mean, I'm infinitely less impressed.
Try to put it up his nose.
Aye. You're like, no, mate, that's a pawn. That goes up your arse.
And then up your nose. What else did we do?
I've been doing some shoplifting.
Yeah, I have. I've been really enjoying your shoplifting policy.
It's not.
I don't think I'm going to date myself. I've got a bit more patience than you.
I'm not shoplifting.
You technically are.
No.
Like, you could still get into trouble for what you're doing. I think the law hasn't got like an egg timer on service.
I think it should, and I'm correcting that.
So Daniel,
like if I try to pay for something, and the reason I'm not being allowed to pay for something is because a giant corporation is choosing to be understaffed, right? Again, I'm not doing this at small businesses, right? I'm not doing this at privately fucking owned sort of things where it's just one person doing their best.
You're doing it in like a chain coffee shop.
Shell, Costa, any of the fucking big, whatever the fucking Bella thingy I was in fucking Hungary where the service was. Stood in the queue for 15 minutes trying to get a coffee, right? 15 minutes. One guy, and there's no sense of urgency to him. There's no sense. It's not like, oh God, look at the size of this fucking queue. I better hurry up. God, I'm stressed. Right? In which case, we'd be like, hey, I'm stressed. It's fine. None of that. He's just slowly did the two other staff members regularly walking past him.
So you went behind the counter and saved yourself a coffee?
Well, I couldn't get coffee. So I decided, right, what's a fair trade for a fucking coffee, right? Red Bull. Right, I was going to buy this juice, I was going to buy this crisps, and I was going to buy this chocolate bar, right? So what I am going to do is I'm just going to leave the fucking queue, and I'm going to sit at that table, and I'm going to eat them, right? And if anyone wants to come over and charge me for what I'm eating here, they're absolutely allowed to.
So you finished the stick, because I think I saw you in the airport, like just sat in the coffee shop with headphones on. So you just got the stuff, tried to queue, didn't get served, sat queued and they're like, if they want the money, they can queue to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
And also,
you
there's
queue for my money rather than me queuing for the food.
Again, it's a massive multinational corporation, right? If you are understaffed, that is a decision. It's not because you're not making the money.
Yeah.
Right? It's not because you can't afford extra fucking staff.
You know the markup on the things that you've just bought would have paid one member of staff for an hour.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I took it. All my stuff for free. Thank you very much.
And then you were in a garage with a lighter, waiting to get served.
I wanted a lighter. I wanted some papers.
And you were like, it's going to be pointless having this lighter by the time I fucking have to leave. I'm not going to be able to smoke. I'm going to have to get in the car. And you're just like, if you don't want to smoke it, and if I'm outside smoking, they can come get the money.
Yeah. I'm man, get more employees. If you want me to pay for things, get more fucking employees.
He's got this down in like 30 seconds now.
No. I 5 minutes is a reasonable wait. Not a reasonable wait, but an understandable wait, right?
But if you're getting towards 10, you're gone.
10 is when I'm getting angry.
Because we actually like told the staff a couple of times in one of the airports, like, we're going to miss our flight if you don't bring the bill.
Yeah.
And then we walked through and we're like, do you want my money or not? And they finally paid attention and took it. But like, that was us being quite vocal about like, we're trying to give you money, man. We've had the food and the drinks. Yeah. We'd like to know.
It's not up to you when I leave your restaurant. It's never up to you when I leave your place of business.
Airports should kind of always just be like, here's your stuff, there's the bill.
Yeah.
Like airports, you're not hanging around and like digesting your food with some enriching conversation in an airport. You're fucking wolfing something doing so you can get your flight most times. Apart from when Molly and I decides when we get to the airport. You just take a sweet ass time. But I feel like I'm out of me dip now. I've had quite a productive couple of days. Because I've got Punch Drunk coming up, and they've seen every bit of material I've ever done. So I've started writing some new. And even when I'm writing now,
start stealing some more.
Even when I'm writing now, I'm just like, is that original enough? Like, when you're doing observational comedy,
yeah.
You're like, is that original enough to be... So what I've started doing is like writing like really specific stuff to Blythe and Ashton, and then I'm like, well, what's the point in that? I can't use that anywhere else in the world. But like, I'm gonna be irate at me Punch Drunk gigs if I do stuff like that. But like, how's that gonna help at the fucking Melbourne Comedy Festival? It's got to be like mass appeal, and then if it's mass appeal, it's like more generic. Anyway, I started writing some stuff. I've got my Christmas shopping done. All the stuff you get done when you haven't got any entertainment, man. So productive.
Man, that's a shame because I've been really enjoying Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, man. The fact that I even bought a Steam Deck before I left and it arrived the day before I left, but I wasn't in.
Yeah.
And then
there's that Kylock you're always talking about.
And I'm not having a very good time at the minute. But however, my friends from Newcastle have picked up my stuff and they're going to be at the Punch Drunk gig, so that's worked out all right. Could have been worse.
I've had one of my jokes not be told that it's hack, but it's been factually corrected, and I'm not sure whether I will actually factually correct it on stage.
Is it like that rapper who's got a line, "Suck my dick like a cello," and cello is a string instrument? He thought it was a wind instrument.
Similar, but not as stupid. But like of that sort of vein, like it's more like I said this thing, and somebody's like, "Well, actually, the reason for this is this," and I'm like, "Oh, well, that doesn't fit in with the joke." So when I'm talking about like the different things that you can do to speed up pregnancy, one of the things is spicy food, and I'm like, and the reason that speeds up is because like the baby gets the spicy food, he doesn't like it, so it leaves your body. I just made that up. Turns out that you've heard the spicy thing will make you go into labour thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what it actually is? If you eat spice food that's so spicy that it literally gives you explosive diarrhea because the spasming in your, like the clenching of so much that it just sort of like the aftershocks of an earthquake. Like if we blow up this part of the volcano, we can make it blow up over there, sort of shit.
So it's just giving someone the shit so that they can get rid of it.
Yeah. Which
so one of them hot chips could totally like induce labour.
100%. And I think
I wouldn't recommend that, by the way. Just if you're a pregnant woman and you take my advice.
No, I think pregnant women are regularly on a podcast listening to two white men looking for advice on birth. I think that's, and if they're not, what's wrong with them?
Especially after they've heard everything that I'm capable of day-to-day business. You know, I sound like a pretty sage person to learn from.
But it's interesting because I think one of the, not the main fears that pregnant women have before labour, but I reckon a very common one is, I don't want to shit on the table, right? This is a regular thing they're told, like you're going to shit on the table, you're going to piss and shit on the table.
They must feel like there's a certain indignity to that, even though no one's judging them in them moments.
Yeah, but even then, like it's, you know, it's you're already out, like you're most fucking vulnerable, and like it's, look, I get it, right? Man, I get it. Imagine how much worse it'd be if it's explosive diarrhea. Also, what if your spicy shit gets in the fucking baby's eyes? No wonder he's crying.
I don't want to do that. Give him freckles. It's happened to me.
And there's got to be I mean, you couldn't butt plug it.
One of them little jewels. One of them little, like, shiny purple pink fucking gems I can up your butt.
Yeah. Up your butt?
My butt, you're fucking joking. I already got a fucking organic one in. Pinky purple as well.
Oh, that's made me really sad.
I've never used one of them on anyone. I've never had one of them. There's never been one in the bedroom at the same time as me and anyone.
Oh, really?
Julie Buttplug.
Aye.
Julie Buttplug.
That's my stage name.
This is our podcast title. Have you done that?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Just like sparkling away. You go, oh, nice. So you're like behind. You're behind and you just say, oh, blink, blink.
Yeah, or you put it in, or it's like something that they put in, and then like in then they have it in during the day, and then they.
And does it throw pigs?
What?
This is a Czech saying that I've just learned. There's a Czech saying that I don't know what it is in Czech, but what it actually means is throwing pigs, and it's when the light reflects off your watch.
Oh.
And fires like.
But pigs aren't white.
I don't know where the etymology of it comes from, but somebody was like, your watch was really throwing pigs around the audience. Which actually, like, since then, I've been, like, properly pulling my sleeve doing, like, every 2 seconds when I'm gigging, just because I don't want to be throwing pigs, you know. Anyway, does Julie Buttplug throw pigs?
No, because it's facing down.
What's it doing with her life, then? It's facing down.
Aye, if they're walking around.
Not if they've got the good back arc. If they've got the startled cat back arc, I'm pointing down.
I reckon gays have better form on that.
On what grounds?
Because they know what it looks like. So, like, they're getting it from the other thing.
Okay.
I absolutely reckon.
Yeah, yeah. Because all these lasses would have to do is just peg us once or twice and then fucking be clued up, wouldn't they? These lasses.
These lasses, these wee lads. All in my favourite porno.
Just peg us once or twice and I'll show you how to get booked. It's listening, girls. Not even my wife. Just generally women. Women in general. I would get pegged if my arse was in better health.
Would you?
I think so.
I don't think I could do it. And I think I'm wrong for
it. Would be like a super little peg, though. It would be just like a little cigar.
Cigarillo.
Cigarillo. Be like one of them Vogue cigarette. Is that what they call cigarillos?
Aye.
One of them.
No, I mean,
you bash as hard as you want, just make it a little dick. Born in my own image. I like it how I give it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't think I could. No, I definitely, I couldn't get pegged, and that comes from a place of me that I probably need to grow in. Like, I think it's because man, I don't mind a little visitor up there occasionally. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So, and look, I'm not here to deny science that's where joy and dreams are made of, right? I understand that. But there, to me, is a difference between a digit going up there, doing something, and...
A didgeridoo.
and, like, being bent over and the act of being fucked.
Yeah, you know what?
Thing to be fucked.
I think I'd like it to be a bit more like a medical procedure. I think I'd like it to be where it's like, I've got a backless gown.
As opposed to arseless chaps.
Right, I get on the bed, I put myself in the recovery position in advance. Right, and then she just sidles up next to us.
Stethoscope.
and like, I'm like, are you a real doctor?
Of course I am.
And then, like, I slide it in gently, stroke my hair, tells it's going to be all right. Wipe the tear from my cheek.
Which cheek? And what tear? Do you mean tear?
Yeah, the tear from my cheek and the tear from my cheek. And then I'll be like a couple of minutes in, like, all right, going for it. And I was just checking first, you know what I mean? Just fucking going for it, going buck wild.
Do you think I'm scared? Do you think I'm scared like all these other fucking homophobes? Go hell for leather, love. Absolutely.
Fish hookers.
I couldn't. And I'm wrong. And like, you know, it's like it comes from a
homophobic.
Scared
in case you like it.
Why? No, but is it that, or is it like? Is it a power thing? Is it? And is the power thing homophobic in itself, and the fact that I don't like giving up power? Or is it just, or is it misogyny?
I don't think it's giving up power. It's letting them keep power. Just use your power on us for once, will you? Just keep using it about the house, using the bedroom, will you?
It's either homophobia, misogyny, or toxic masculinity. It's one of those. And if you've listened to this podcast for 10 years, you know that, you know, occasionally I do grow for those things, but not instantly and not for a while. And then when I do grow from those things, I gaslight you into thinking that I never had the opposite opinion. I've always been like this.
He's more of a shower than a grower.
Excuse me?
You're more of a, when it comes to opinions. You're a shower, right? Yeah, the thing is, like, how you saying it? I've never seen your erect penis.
No, you haven't.
You've knocked us back a bunch of times every time I've invited you in. I've invited you in a few situations early doors, and you fucking set some pretty clear boundaries that you didn't want to be part of that.
Yes, I did. It took you 5 years to respect it. Aye.
So, Aye. I've seen a soft cock now and again. Didn't need to say that.
Well, no, we've been nude in the sea a fair few times.
Aye. So it's meant to shrink in it.
Aye. Well, not the Spanish Sea, because that's warm.
Still not warm. It's still like even when it's not like warm sea, the Spanish Sea.
Is where I am.
It's still where your cock goes. Ooh, I'm just gonna take some precautions here. It's not like a hot tub. And even when I get into like a hot tub or something, like it's not as if my cock just swells up my bowels, just fucking start floating around like a jellyfish. Like, oh, thanks. I'm glad he showed up.
That was the size I was missing.
Don't impress the girls for me bollocks.
I did. Sorry, I didn't want to impress any of the ladies. I just wanted a nearby sea turtle to confuse it with a fucking squid.
And it's not even as if it's my actual testicles either. It's just the sack that they come in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's been my week.
Aye.
It's been my week. I think I've done very well. I've handled it good. I've handled it.
You had a big. I'm not saying you weren't allowed this. This is absolutely allowed. You did have a big old wine in Wiesbaden yesterday, though.
A wine.
Right,
after football.
You got angry. You let the football group get to you.
I did let the football group get to us. You're right. Tell them that. Tell them that. I come in. I was like, I hate me mates.
And I don't know why people are still in that group.
I was like, I hate my friends.
I don't know why. It's like you've all decided to play like fucking pass the parcel, but with nuclear waste, right? Mm-hmm. And we all just continually for 10 years just got burned, and we got made worse, and like we've become dehydrated husks of our former selves in our friendship. And I left, and every time you left, you would be like, oh my God, my hands don't burn anymore. I can see. I'm enjoying football again. Like, oh, I got to go back in and tell the lads that it's much better to be on the outside. And then you go back in and you'd be like, lads, you've no idea what it is. And then they'd throw the thing to you. And you'd be like, what the fuck did you throw this to me for? You fucking have it. And then you're back in the fucking game again. It's
hysterical rantings of madmen, and you're trying to like have a conversation in the middle of it. And then you're like, well, that was an insult, so they're getting one back. And you're going deeper than they went because you want to hurt them. I
don't know why.
So like,
no, we're not going to do it.
No, I'm just going to say, like, I come in to have a rant at Egan. Like, I hate them because if you like every time I'm in that company, I love them deeply. They're my fucking best friends, right? I like hanging out with them. But like, how often is that? Once or twice a year? I'm in this fucking group hating them every day. So like, by volume, I hate them, and occasionally, every now and again, like them. Just more hate them. So I'm just letting you know, I hate my friends. I'll just come in and get Matty, calling arseholes. They're absolute fucking tubes.
Just fucking sat there. Just been, I fucking hate how shit my lungs are, man. Fucking, I can't tell you. It makes me so stressed. It makes me so stressed to just think how bad my lungs are getting. I fucking, honestly, do you want one of these? Do you want one of these? No? More for me?
So funny that you've left the group and I'll just still show you what's been said.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I
left for a reason, dude. I left because I was also starting to hate those two.
No, it's everyone in the group is guilty. Everyone is shit. It's awful. Nobody in there is their best self.
Mm-mm. And a couple of them are their worst. Right, we've got more Q&A for you in the next episode. We're putting this out again, super early access, so that your bonus episode can come out on Monday, and that's going to be the second half of the Q&A.
Oh, and also before we go, obviously Budapest, you were fucking class. Ta for that was fun.
Prague was meant.
Prague was great. Wiesbaden, that was good. And Munich.
And thank you to Daniel and Simon. I don't know if you've watched this or listened to it, but and Mark as well. Thanks for getting me stuff back. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Newcastle.
Munich and Wiesbaden, you were in new territory. And you were, sorry, I've got a really fucking itchy nose for anyone just watching this. I don't make to look like a fucking coke addict. Because I'm not anymore. With Wiesbaden was a new territory. That was lots of good fun. And Munich, you are always class. And thank you to the people that brought us weed there, the Geordies. That's a new yearly tradition. And yeah, just thanks to all the Germans. This is always, who would have thought fucking 7 years ago that one of our favourite places to tour and tour extensively would be fucking Germany.
It was actually
because like because we do most of our dates by terms of country, right? We do about 20 territories in England. We do about 10 in Scotland. We do maybe about 12 in Australia.
We're 25 in the
25
States.
in America. And it's fucking close to 10 in Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's
and also, there's some that we've missed out on. This particular one that we've done in the past, like Frankfurt. And I think Wiesbaden is near Frankfurt and Stuttgart, though, isn't it?
Is it?
I think that covers those two. But I would sometimes do Dusseldorf.
We've not done Cologne this time.
No, we're doing it.
Are we?
Is that not tomorrow?
Is it?
I think that's tomorrow.
Oh, right. Okay, good.
Hamburg tonight.
Grand. Oh, Hamburg, where the pizza was invented.
It is,
All right, cunts.
Bye.